Striker positioning is very tough. 99.9% of positional knowledge when you're playing striker comes with the experience.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens, God. You know I'm leaving, I'ma take.
Because your positioning movements on and off the ball really depends on what kind of a striker you are, as well as the formation you're playing with. If you're a bigger, taller player, like a target striker, or if you are shorter, faster, but technical, more like a Lautaro Martinez or Sergio Aguero. So your positioning as a striker really depends on the formation you're playing with, whether if you're playing a only striker, if you're playing with a striker, if you're playing with a false nine. So it all depends on that. And in this video, I'll try to answer all that. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel with the notifications on, which will help me a lot with our journey together. First of all, I'm gonna talk about the target striker. If you are a target striker, you're most likely the taller and slower player. You're really good at using your back. You can receive the ball really easily when you have your back turned to the opposition's net. Your goal as a target striker is to actually stall the game. Believe me or not, even if you are losing the game, even if you are in a rush to score goals, you still have to stall the game so you have more players up top assisting you winning this game. So what you need to do is when the ball is played to you and you have your back turned to the opposition, you receive the ball and you stall. You stall until you get lots of help because you are slow, you are tall, remember? So what this will do is when you stall the game, you'll have your wingers coming up, you'll have your attacking midfielders or central midfielders coming up to assist you in this attack. Otherwise, if you try to turn without having too many teammates out there, because you're slow, you're not gonna be achieving much in this attack. So you want to collect as many of your players as possible when your team is attacking. And your experience is very important when you're playing this position. And you cannot gain this experience without playing games. You can't improve the skill at the practices or playing with your friends. You have to play as many games as possible. I know a lot of players wants to go to bigger clubs, bigger teams, and bigger youth development systems. You need to go somewhere that you play official game and improve these abilities, because trust me, you can't do this anywhere but the real game scenarios. Because as a target striker, your main goal is to receive the ball at the right place at the right time, as well as knowing how to use your body very well to receive the ball when your back is turned to the opposition. If you watch a lot of target strikers like Edin Dzeko and those types of players, you will know they're not always up high on the field. That's why you're not really limited to receive the ball in the penalty box area. You can come centrally, you can receive the ball centrally. Because you're keeping the ball, holding the ball away from the opposition abilities are great as a big player, you can come up more centrally, receive the ball centrally, and allow your false nine or attacking midfielder or your wingers to go up while you're holding the ball. This is the ability that you must have as a target striker. And when you have the ball, when your back is turned, you have to decide quick who you're gonna play. Preferably, you're gonna play the ball to your wingers and you're gonna make your runs back inside to the penalty box, go for a header or shooting, anything like that. As a target striker, when you're playing alone, you are mostly free. You don't really have a position that you have to be in. You're free floating, you're creating, you're finding those spaces to receive the ball where you can hide the ball very well from the opposition. And this is, again, comes with experience, and you have to play tons of games to improve this ability. Because when you are really experienced, you will be able to observe the opposition much easier. You will be able to guess all these movements from the opposition or yourself, or where to be on the field to find those spaces. And as a target striker, you can be up there with another player, so you could have a partner technically. But this player, most likely, 99.9% will be the opposite to you. Their skills will be opposite to you, their height will be opposite to you. So if you're a tall, big striker, your partner will be up there, is probably gonna be smaller, quicker, more technical player. And if your partner is playing as a false nine, then it's false nine's job to actually come receive the ball before you, where you make your run to the penalty box. So you basically have to stay further up on the field than your other partner as a target striker. And your defending goals is to cut those central channels so the ball doesn't go through there, which is most likely to cover up the space where your two center midfielders is not covering. So ball is not played through those central channels. And then you can force the opposition to go wide. And when this is happening, then you go to block the channel with the opposition's fullback so they can play back to their goalkeeper or their center back. But for this to be successful, you need to have your wingers pressing up high and they're forced to play long balls. This is ideally what you want to do when defending as a striker. And since you have the height advantage, most likely you will be coming back to your own penalty box to defend for the opposition's corner kicks or their free kicks. As a striker who's not a target striker, like Lautaro Martinez or Luis Suarez or Sergio Aguero, your job is completely different than a target striker because you're most likely the more technical and quicker player than either your partner or compared to target strikers. You could also be considered as false nine or right forward or left forward. And your main job as one of these types of players is to make runs behind the opposition's defenders, using the advantage of your speed as well as your agility. As this type of player, you're gonna have to look for the clues from your teammates, such as when do they play the long balls, when do they play the through balls, so when should I make my run behind the center back so I can be more effective as one of these faster types of strikers. And these clues are also gonna come with experience and communication with your team and how well you know your teammates as well. You most likely gonna be playing more wider than your target striker because the more wider you are, the more space you're gonna have to be able to use your speed. And your runs without the ball is crucial to be able to take advantage of your speed. And this is when the communication becomes really important to understand each other on the field. Defensively, on the opposition's half, you are basically doing the same thing as a target striker, like closing the central channels or forcing them outside or trapping the opposition on the outsides when they have the ball. But most likely you'll not be needed for the opposition's corner kicks or their free kicks because you don't have the height advantage and the team can use you up top when the opposition is having a corner kick and you can quickly counterattack the opposition using your speed. I hope this video was helpful and please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel with the notifications on. You can find my playlist over here. You can become a member to my channel where we have a specific Discord group designed for my members. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time.